What's up, everybody? Welcome to Monday Upper on the Reload week. So this is week 3 of the second wave of my new template. This is the week that I take a break from the barbell, so I won't be using any barbells at all this week. Not that I use them a ton in the rest of my training anymore, but there will be no barbell loading or main compound movements this week. This is like a deload, but I'm going to call it a reload since it is far from a deload from a volume perspective. So these days, 10 sets of 10, there's 3 movements on the Monday workout. This one is upper focused. The Friday one will be lower focused. 3 movements on each of the days, done for 10 sets of 10, kind of like German volume training, but with my own sick twist on it. So last rotation I did fat bell chest press with my upper back on the Bosu, using the 3 risers that you can see in the background. This week we decided to do an incline press on that kind of fairly low incline bench that we have instead. So last time on the pressing, I did some of the sets with the 48s, some of the sets with the 60s, and I think they did the last set or 2 with the 80s. This week, or this time through, I decided to just keep the 62s for all 10 sets all the way through. So I ended up doing 10 sets of 10 on the incline press with the 62s. I did 10 by 10 on the chest supported fat bell rows, kind of like a seal row, but not really since the feet aren't off the ground, also with the 62s. And then this new one which got worked into this rotation, which is the bottom-up kettlebell carry or walk. And so the shift that I made for this third week, and you'll see the change made on Friday with the farmer's carry, is it makes more sense on this week to reintegrate each half of the body, in this case the upper body, into the gait cycle. So that's why the shift for the bottom-up carry ended up making so much sense. Doing that bottom-up kettlebell position, you can do it for static holds. We've done it for that. We've done it with marches. I've done bottom-up presses. I've done bottom-up walking presses. I've done a lot of variations of the bottom-up. It's great for shoulder stability, provided you don't try to kung fu grip the kettlebell, but it's great for shoulder stability. It's great for training the serratus, and with the carry, it's great for doing all of those things and anchoring into a solid and stable shoulder position, and then incorporating the gait cycle because you're walking. So it teaches you how to isolate or separate what's going on with the scapula from what's going on with the lower body with walking. And in doing so, for me, it opens up my lats and my shoulder blades, because I'm kind of prying them apart by walking in a weird way, or at least that's what it feels like to me. So doing the bottom-up carry then kind of allows me to get that same benefit of that shoulder stability, obviously, that I'm also walking. So the gait cycle gets incorporated, which makes it more functional, but then because I'm moving, it makes it more unstable, and then makes the bottom-up portion more challenging. So to make that even cooler and add an interesting neural effect to it, I also decided to do the backwards lap backwards. So I did a set down and then back for each one. What I did is I alternated arms for each and every other set, and so went from basically right to left for each of the 10 sets. So there were 5 sets of a 50-foot down and back bottom-up carry per arm, worked in with the fat bell presses and the chest supported rows. Wow, that's a mouthful. So this all was great. The grip aspect of this was pretty tiring as well, since just keeping the 62s in your hands between the press and the row, followed by the bottom up, all cooks the forearms a good bit, but I liked it. I could have definitely gone up, but I'm glad that I took this week as a tweener because I'm not necessarily in a rush. And so all 10 sets at the 62s is a still high amount of volume. My form on the rows and what I could feel working with them was better than the last time as well. And so I'm happy with both of those things. Looking forward, it would be really cool to be able to use the same weight for all 3 exercises, so that way I don't set it down at all. Going from the press immediately into the row, flipping both bells up, and then doing a carry. I just think that would be pretty cool. So I may try that at some point. But for the point of going forward into the next time through, what I will do is probably just go straight to the 80s, or maybe do like 1 feeder set and then go to the 80s, because I feel like I could hit all 10 by 10 with the 80s this time. So I'm going to do that on the press and the row. Bottom up carry, I will probably keep it the 25 if that's what I end up doing. So for my cool down, this is the new one for all 3 of the workout days. I do hanging, just kind of a dead hang from the pull-up bar, and I do a breathing squat in a compression squat position. Today I did the first few rounds of this with the kazoo. That way I can focus on a nice long exhale, the goal being to get to a 60-second exhale while I'm doing it. The exhale plus how I hold both of these positions allows the body to relax into them, learn that they're safe, and allow everything to loosen up and relax. So great way to tune the nervous system back down. Felt awesome coming out of the workout. Glad that I did it. It's an awesome deload. Everything's working very well. So that is it for the Monday reload. Woo Woo Wednesday, I'm going to go ahead and just do the new version of it that I wrote. So not a whole lot's going to change on that from what would be considered a normal training week. Friday will also be done. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys Friday.